make mutual interaction more human. As you can see, it's helped us to elevate our VSF experience to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind all of you to stay until the very end of our talk session today, as we have prepared various activity segments brought to you by Gather Town. This will surely give you a remarkable experience. Not just that, keep your heads up for an immense award ahead once you manage to participate successfully in these activities. For an enhanced experience, I advise you to use your laptop and not your phone to participate in the activities, as some features are limited in phone. After each company slot, there will be fun mini activities for the participant to play. You will get to learn more about STEM and SDG, and you may even stand a chance to win awards. So, don't forget to stay tuned. We will start the talk at 10 a.m. Meanwhile, this is really important. Please be reminded to fill in the main registration form if you haven't registered for the talk. The link will be sent in the chat box. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Lian and I will be the MC and moderator for today. On behalf of the organizer, it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to our talk session. Market your digital. Ms. Gayatri is the CEO of Bytez Solution, co-founder and master trainer of KS Training Resources. She is also a digital marketing certified corporate trainer and consultant. Bytez Solution is a digital media marketing agency and has been operating since 2007. It has 15 years of experience in digital marketing on various platforms, delivering cutting-edge campaign and digital media marketing for its clients both on the private and government entities across Malaysia, Singapore, India, and Thailand. On the other hand, KS Training Resources is a training and development company. It has been operating since 2008. Dedicated to their basic principle, they provide solid, down-to-the-earth student, corporate, and individual training. Furthermore, skill enhancement services. Their training covers a broad spectrum of areas in jobs and organizational positions, from student to entry-level and senior executive development. It is a truly honor to have you with us today, Ms. Gayatri. Thank you for your time, and we officially welcome you to Career Fair 2022. Without further ado, I would like to invite Ms. Gayatri to start on our workshop today. Ms. Gayatri, the stage is yours.
I'm already in the orange spot, right? Okay, thank you, thank you. Let me share my screen first, guys. Okay, can you see my screen? All right, all good. Okay, am I loud and clear? Am I audible? Okay, we can start now. All right, okay. Good morning, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Miss MC, for the wonderful introduction. And I'm extremely excited to be here today with all of you to share some of my, industry experience as well as some knowledge that I have, especially in the area of digital marketing. And I'm looking forward for an interactive session. As like the MC mentioned, we will have some Q&A session. Please feel free to ask anything that come to your mind if you want to know more things, right? Okay, without further ado, let me continue. Yeah, the MC already did a great introduction about me, but just allow me maybe 1 minute to just introduce myself again, my humble request. All right. Yeah, as she mentioned that I have 15 over years experience in digital marketing. I am a trainer. I'm also a consultant as well as a practitioner. So practitioner in all this in the industry of digital marketing. Practitioner in the terms of we manage corporate clients' pages, social media pages, as well as their websites, and we run content management for them. We run digital advertising for them to achieve their business and organizational objectives. So these are what we have been doing. When I say we, I have a team of my friends and colleagues, under my company that we do all this, right? So not only that, apart from managing the social media agency, I also have a training company. So what we do under this training company is we train people from various uh, department or various walk of life, students, corporates, individuals, professionals, so government agencies, like as mentioned earlier. All right. And apart from that, I'm also part of a teaching expert teaching program with several private universities in Malaysia. All right. So that's a little bit introduction about me. And what I'm going to show you next is some of the clients that we are servicing, we have serviced, we have trained, and some are under our consultation. So these are some of our clients. And just to let you guys know something, what I put in the slide here, right, is the clients that we kind of like acquired during the pandemic. All right. So during the pandemic, in the sense of, I think we went into our first MCO, our lockdown in March 2020, right? Ever since then, up to now, we have been growing really. So if there's one industry that's been growing, that is like pandemic proof, I would say digital marketing is that industry. All right. So yeah, just something about it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I'm very sure all of you are very young here. Uh, Most of you are, I mean, maybe all of you are STEM students, right? So I have a few questions to ask you. All right, just some questions to ponder. You don't have to answer to me directly, but you can think about this. All right. The first question is, do you think digital marketing is a critical skill to acquire? I can tell you something. People think marketing skills, communication skills, all these skills are soft skills. But I would want to rephrase that. These are not soft skills. And when it comes to science and technology and engineering and maths, that's considered like technical skill, very much on the harder side, right? So what I would want to rephrase here is marketing is not a soft skill, but it's a critical skill. All right. And answer this question, guys. Is digital marketing a critical skills to acquire? You may have different opinion. It's fine. It's all for discussion. The second thing is, why do you think digital marketing is important for STEM students? Yes, I know you guys are all like science buffs, very technically orientated students person, right? But do you think digital marketing is a skill that you guys need? Do you think it's important for you? Or do you think that not really? I have some other, marketing people who can do the job for me. You might think that there's no right, there's no wrong here. But just ponder these questions because I'm going to give some answers to you in a short while. All right? So now, this is my answer. Why digital marketing skills is important. You see, we keep hearing that every company is a technology company, and that the greater the STEM education is, it's very critical to prepare a workforce who can meet technical demands, for example. And this gap actually continues to grow. And there's a very real threat of shortage of qualified, technically skilled workforces. All right. And I also think it is time to think STEM as more than just science, technology, engineering, and maths, and to include marketing to provide a well rounded set of critical skills that can get us closer to solving the real problems of tomorrow, the real world problems. All right. And this is why marketing is so critical. You see, guys, my ladies and gentlemen here, to succeed in the digital world, you need to have both technical skills and what traditionally known as, like I say, right, soft skills, right? So It's not longer enough to have deep technical understanding if you don't communicate it effectively. See, you might have a great product. You came up with an extremely innovative, probably a robot or something, extremely innovative apps that can just help to solve a great world problem. But if you don't know how to communicate it effectively, you're not going anywhere. Nor can you succeed if you have like excellent communication skills, excellent interpersonal skills, but no technical background. And marketing, if you see, marketing is about communicating. We want to tell people about our product, about our services, about our maybe some personal branding as well. Marketing is all about communicating, right? And marketing skills fits right with technical skills to deliver the customer experience. And when a company delivers a good customer experience, that shows the company's success in the digital environment. Another thing I'll just like to let you guys know, right? I'm not sure how many of you here are on LinkedIn. You students here, I mean, my dear brothers and sisters, right? You are all students and you need to have a good LinkedIn branding. If you're not there, it's just a little bit out of topic. Please go and have a proper LinkedIn profile. All right. And one of the things that LinkedIn analyzed, they analyze like thousands of job posting. This job posting is real life people, the companies are actually looking for people, right? So these job postings, when they analyze this, in order to determine, they want to determine what skills are actually these employers looking, what skills company needs the most. This is starting from 2019, 20, 21, 22 up to now, 4 years, right? And they found that employers are looking for workers with both critical skills as well as hard skills. And digital marketing, social media marketing, corporate communication, all are listed as the top 25 skills, alongside with hard skills like computing, engineering, artificial intelligence, blockchain. And if you guys recently know about NFT and stuff like that, all these new things are coming on, right? And you'll be wondering how people just take selfies and selling it for millions, right? So this is the beauty of the digital industry. And data, right, guys, is growing exponentially. And it's critical to get hands on what data means and tell us the meaningful story. And how can you do that? You need to have digital skills, the so-called soft skills, which is like super duper critical. All right. So these are some of the reasons why I think marketing STEM students need to have digital marketing. They know need to have the skills of digital marketing. In fact, I would say there's another M in STEM, which stands for marketing. So we'll have it as science, technological engineering, maths, and marketing. So it has to go hand in hand. Okay. Then the next, I'm going to like being a digital marketing person myself, right, guys? Let me look at all of you for a while. Being a digital marketing person myself, so there's one thing that I love about digital marketing. And okay, just a little bit introduction again. I'm actually a science student. I did my food technology. I'm actually a qualified food technology from UPM. Okay, but look at what am I doing now. It's not to discourage you or encourage you or anything like that. It's just it's how life is, right? And one of the things that I realized is I was very passionate about marketing. All right, especially digital marketing, because when I started, Facebook was new. So that's how old I am, right? Facebook was new, and I kind of like grow with Facebook, and then Instagram came, and then we have so many other platforms came, Clubhouse, TikTok is great and stuff like that. But if you want to know whether a career in digital marketing is something that is for you, you got to ask yourself these three questions. The first thing is, are you really passionate about technology and the increasing impact it has on people's life every day? So, a question to all of you guys. Can you live one day without having your handphone? Or how often do you go on your TikTok or record a TikTok video. Or I'm sure you guys are very young, so like Facebook is for old people. You're maybe not so active on Facebook when you see your mommy, daddy, uncle, aunties on Facebook. So probably not on Facebook. But other social media platforms like TikTok, probably Clubhouse is not for you guys as well, right? TikTok or Instagram. So how many of you, I mean, for you, how often or in a day, for how many hours do you spend on these platforms? All right. Is it because you just want to, kepochi, want to see what's happening in other people's life, or you're just like passionate? This, that it's an exciting platform to be in. All right. So this is the first question you need to ask yourself. Are you passionate about the technology? If you ask me, I am extremely, extremely passionate about the new things that digital marketing has to offer. And you see, guys, when Facebook started, like a very long time ago, So, what it was then and how it is now is totally different. It is totally different. We didn't have ads those days. And it's not even Facebook Ads Manager. It's like Meta Ads Manager now. They have changed the names and so many things, right? And Metaverse games here. All right. There's a lot of things changes. How you actually can track a person who is purchasing your product. Like, for example, if you see a billboard of iPhone somewhere, will the billboard know that a person named Mary, for example, actually purchased iPhone 13 recently? They won't know. But a digital marketing person will know who actually purchased, how, what is the characteristic of the person who purchased, so that we can actually module that and create new marketing campaign to get more of the same person purchasing. So when I tell all these things, right, it is really exciting. I'm excited. So if you feel the same excitement, then question number one is yes. All right. Then the second question: do you feel creativity is one of your strengths? You are just excited to it can start from probably when you were young. You were just love to do art and craft because that needs creative mind, and you just love to experiment things and stuff like that, because only creative people, they will keep looking for new way of solving problem, new way of seeing something in a different perspective. All right. So if you are that, you are very, very creative, you feel like that's one of your strength. You just don't like to do this everything in the same way like everyone else does. So that could also be a trait why you must say yes to digital marketing. All right. So that's the second question. See if you're answering yes or no. And the third question, this is like real life question. This is happening already, right? You know for sure that digital transformation, guys, is not just a buzzword, but it is super duper essential. All right, when I say it's not a buzzword, because over the past a few years, we have been hearing digital transformation, digital transformation. Everyone is transforming. So, what is digital transformation? For a company, when they do a digital marketing advertising, is that a digital transformation? No, yes, and no. That's one part of digital transformation. They're ditching the traditional way and going into the digital way of marketing. But there's so many other things. You have marketing automation in the company itself. As a company, they have like so many different areas. HR, they have probably the training department. They have production. They have QA. So QC, sorry, QC. So when they have all this department, they want to know how they can automate things using artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, to get works done without having too many human errors. So that is the real transformation. And we know it's already happening. It's happening for sure, and it will continue to happen. All right. Like if you guys have read the recent articles in newspaper, I think the start just like 1 or 2 days back, I'm not sure, like within this week, there was an article says that 50% of jobs in Malaysia will be replaced by machine by 2025. How many years more? You know? So if you don't have the skills, the right skills in digital, guys, you really need to think about it. All right. I'm just giving you some kind of awareness here as well. Right. So coming back here, I can get sorry about that. So answer these three questions. If your answer to all these three is yes, then I have what do you call that, an option for you. All right. So there is an exciting career option for you in the ever evolving industry of digital marketing. All right. When I say ever evolving, it never stays the same, guys. It never stays the same. How I used to do Facebook advertisement or Instagram advertisement like even 2 years back. If I try to do the same method now, I'm not going to get results, not getting any results for my client, because that's how it has changed. So there's a lot of ways we have to change. We have to map again our customer's journey. We have to think again what is the user experience the customer wants, and how we can actually fit into that. You see, marketing is not like one to many. It's not that traditional. Yes, you have one billboard or one newsletter advertisement, and you want to serve everyone, so that's one to many. Now it is very much to one. So a advertisement that, if you guys go into your Facebook, for example, I'm just keep, or even TikTok, all right, all the content on TikTok in your FYP page, for you page, is more, it's designed for your preference. I won't have the same thing that you are saying. So this is what we call one-to-one user experience and custom, to create a different customer experience. So this is how it's evolving, because our preference evolve, right? Our preference evolve. So thus the digital platform, it is evolving. But one thing about that is it's exciting. All right. So here I'm just going to give you guys some guide. All right. Why a career in digital industry is like amazing. All right. So the first thing here, just a second. My article is just 1 minute, guys. Sorry. Is my slide still showing? Yes, huh? Okay, okay. All right. So the digital marketing role, I would say, right? The digital marketing role is constantly evolving. Yeah, black. Just a second. Can you see now? Can I? All right. Sorry, guys. New platform. Evolving, right? All right. So you guys can see now. So the digital marketing role, all right, I would say the digital marketing role is constantly evolving. So one of the reason the digital marketing career is exciting is because this field is evolving as different platforms are being introduced. And as a digital marketing manager, we need to always scope out the latest trend and see how they can impact discoverability. All right. When we know that Facebook is not serving certain individual, we cannot sit on say Facebook and start doing things. And we know, like for example, a certain SEO is not working for a website. We cannot keep on doing the same thing. We have to evolve. We have to think. So we probably, from search engine optimization, you jump into search engine marketing because you want to really target the right people. Or Facebook is not working, then let us go into TikTok. And TikTok is an amazing platform to get organic reach. Definitely, LinkedIn is another platform to get organic reach. So as a digital marketing manager, this is something that we always need to think. What is the trend, how we can tap into the trend. So what kind of campaign will actually attract these people, and the platform that we are in is evolving, so you need to always be ready to change, this evolve. Because if you stay stagnant, like what happened to Nokia, right? When you stay stagnant and you don't want to change, then you're just going to be there. All right. So this is why it's like really exciting. And another thing is, like for example, as search engines, right? Search engines like Google, Bing. I'm not sure if you guys know DuckDuckGo. There's so many other search engines. Don't always think about Google. There's so many other search engines. They roll out new updates. So we as digital marketing managers, we need to determine how they impact the website ranking. Once you did a website, like for example, we develop websites, And once we develop website, the second thing we need to know is you already have a website address, right? How do we make sure the website stays in the first page of Google search engine results page? I won't say only Google search engine results page. Okay, so this is where the entire marketing team works to create the strategy. Right, so it's evolving. It's not like it can be like today I'm in the top, then in just like 1 month time I'm nowhere to be seen in my search engine results page, right? So this is what we have to constantly update and do and try new stuffs. And it's so exciting. Sometimes even when you're sleeping you'll get these dreams, how you can change things. I'm telling you the real things, guys. All right. So the second thing here is on digital marketing. Job roles are the future. And I'm very sure you have to agree with me. While I won't say traditional marketing is totally out, wiped out, while traditional marketing still has its place in the world, digital marketing quickly taking over thanks to its affordability, meaning to say it is cheap, super cheap compared to traditional marketing. And also the analytics. If you are a STEM student, definitely you will do some experiment and you will come up with the results and you will analyze the results, right? So this the same thing. If I have a billboard somewhere, or I do a traditional newsletter advertising, but I won't know what I got from the billboard, how many people saw the billboard, for example, and from the billboard, how many people actually converted into a purchasing client, or whatever action I want them to do. So there you won't know that even for newspaper. All right, so you won't know what kind of emotion that actually goes into the newspaper's advertising. you know like for example, I am a BMW lover. I love BMW cars. Then I see a Mercedes advertisement. So I won't have the same impact when I see a BMW. Mercedes won't give me the same impact. So what I do with it, I just ignore it, right? But will the person who advertised on the newspaper know that a certain person actually ignored your advertising? No. So this is why digital marketing is super important, because of the analytics. All the social media platform, just going back to social media platform, it has analytics tool, and it will give you a very good detailed analytics. Like for example, we have Facebook ads, so we have analytics for that. TikTok ads in TikTok, and then you get analytics for that. This data tells beautiful story for us to form another strategy how we can use this data to cover more people in the future, more prospective clients, prospective purchasing client in the future, right? So these are what I call, as a marketing manager, you need to able to see where these people are coming from and what they are doing on the website, for example, and tactics to produce the highest return on investment (ROI). And data-driven approach makes it easier so that we can prove whether certain campaign is working well or not. All right. And for leaders in the organization, one day you will become the leaders in the organization. You will see this to see which strategy is most effective. All right. So this is why this is the work for the future. All right. And people foreseeing gig economy is growing. You guys know, right? Gig economy is growing. A lot of people are becoming business owners, startups, entrepreneurs, and every one of these companies, regardless of what company you are in, even NGO, non-profit organization, everyone needs to do marketing. When the demand is creating, that's the third one, when the demand for marketing increases, right, guys, the demand for digital marketeers also will increase. All right. So another thing about LinkedIn, so this is also according to LinkedIn, they say that digital marketing specialist, this role, digital marketing specialist, is among top 10 in demand, with, guess how many, this is worldwide anyways, right, with close to 1 million job opening only for digital marketing specialists. And most of them, they need experience in digital marketing, like for example in social media marketing, content, SEO, analytics, and more. So whatever that I mentioned to you guys, all these skills are needed. All right. So this is another reason why I'm going back here. Why digital marketing career is super duper exciting. Okay. Now, let me just give you an overview of so many opportunities in digital marketing. So when I say digital marketing, if you are just stuck on Facebook, you have to clear your cup now and come out. So it's not only Facebook. All right. We have so many different opportunities in digital marketing. What I'm giving here is just a bit. If you search, Google search for career in digital marketing, you'll see much, much more than that. All right. So for example, we have search engine optimization. We have search engine marketing, two different things. SEO, SEM, two different things. Search engine optimization, you don't really need to pay anyone to get your website to be listed, right? So you need to work on the back end of the website. You need to work on the robot.txt. You need to work on the keyword. You need to work on the visibility. So you have like images. You need to make sure the images are properly named. So all these things are important to make a website to appear in the front page of a search engine results. All right. So we have people who are specialized just in that. And then you have search engine marketing. So this is where you will pay providers like Google, so that when people search for certain keyword, your ads comes in the first two or three results. The first two or three results, it's your ads results, right? So that is search engine marketing. So you use tools, you pay, and then you get the results. Okay.
I don't
Then
trust.
you have email marketing. I'm very sure a lot of you know about email marketing. And we have email marketing specialists. All right. Why? Because email marketing is not just about blasting email to 1,000 people, 2,000 people, and hope like one of them will reply back. No, that's not email marketing. That's spamming. All right. So email marketing, you have a proper strategy to do email marketing. All right. I'm going into teaching you. It's okay, no problem. So I'm just giving you some ideas here. Content marketing. You create content and then you market your content. Content is for so many different areas. Content for social media will be different. Content for websites will be different. Contents for blogs will be different. Content for journals, online articles will be different. All right. We have written articles, we have video content, we have so many different kind of content. So a content marketing is also another job role by itself. And then we go into advertising, digital advertising. You use various digital platform to advertise on behalf of your client, for example, all right, or your employer. You're working in a company, so you take up this digital advertising cost. You have copywriting, you have content creating, two different things again, copywriting and content creating, right? And then you have graphic designing as well, website development, and my favorite, social media marketing. So you probably think that everything here is important. Yes, for a growth of a company, all these are important. But what I would say, I would advise, right? Even in my team, we have like, I have advertisers, I have digital advertisers, I have content creators, I have copywriters, and I have designers in my company, right? So all of them can do everyone's job. But I don't prefer that. You can be jack of all trade, but master of none. And in this competitive world, that is not going to happen. All right. So you can be a jack of all trade. You know a little bit about everything, but choose your specialization. Like for me, I can do whatever that I've showed here. I can do everything, but do I market myself that I'm going to do all this? No, I specialize in content marketing and I specialize in social media marketing. So that's what I do. All right. So I have other specialists to work with me on digital advertising, on website development, and stuff like that. All right. So this is something that I would advise as well. You get to know about everything, learn about everything, but choose which is the area that you want to master. All right. So this is like very much on an entry level, very much on an entry level. And when you progress, so this is the career progression. So you will need to be a strategist in the future. All right. A strategist sees overall strategy, and then you get your SEO team to do it. You get your content team to do it. You become the content manager, for example. So you create the content. you idealize, you visualize the content, and then you get your copywriter to write it, you get your designer to design it. All right. And then we have virtual reality developer and editors, another huge thing. We have, like I mentioned earlier, SEO and SEM specialists, UX designer, user experience designer. When you go to a website, for example, right, guys, when you go to a website and then you see like any website, okay, perhaps you want to purchase a phone. Let's say you want to purchase a phone. So you go to this website and then you see a phone that you wanted. But there's a, let's say you have in mind, you wanted to buy Galaxy something. Then you go to Samsung website, but you are not able to find that Galaxy phone. All right. And then you have to search everywhere to find it. So this shows a very bad UX experience design. That means a user is not given an optimum experience in that website. When you go to a website, it has to be clear to guide you to where you're supposed to go, both ways. The developer also need to know when a customer comes to this website, what should be the steps that customer needs to take before they take a action that we want them to take. All right. So this is another career progression. A designer in UX, you have to oversee this, and then you get a designer to design it. All right. Email marketing specialist, another career progression. Digital marketing managers and directors. So in most of the companies that my clients, I work directly with managers and directors. Why? Because we want to develop the strategy. We have the big picture. What is the objective? Where you are now, where you need to go, in between what we need to do. So these are the overall objective, that overall framework, planning framework that we have to do. All right. So before you can go there, you need to know all the work that has to be done. So this is what I say, it's a career progression. And of course, very important, analyst and AI specialist. So these are all, ladies and gentlemen, these are all the career progression that you can look into if if you are interested to look for a career in digital marketing. All right. And continuing, what would be the skills that you need? All right. All of you are masters in your technical skills, your science, your STEM, whichever courses that you are taking. So you're already a master in that skills. But these are the additional skills that you need to know in order to be successful in your digital marketing career, for example. Okay. The first thing is you need to able to analyze data and draw insights. So how do you are presented with the set of data, a lot of numbers. How do you interpret that? Because if you don't interpret, that sets of numbers is just numbers and it's almost useless. All right. Unless you take the data, you interpret, you analyze all this data, you interpret, and you come up with what is the results. And based on the result, what will be your insight? How we can change our campaign? What are the target audience that we are really targeting? What did we do wrong? You won't be able to answer all this if you don't know how to interpret. All right. And while you guys are still in university, this is like a real good time for you to upskill yourself. All right. Um, they have like programs like marketing data analysis, so which I'm taking in also now. Marketing data analysis is important, so you can look into all these kind of skills to upgrade yourself, right? Another thing is organizational and project management skills. This is probably, you think, like a super duper soft skills, right? Not really. This is a very, very critical skill. Just imagine, yeah, here, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a campaign going on, you are presented with, your boss come and says, hey, look, we are going to launch this new product and we need a campaign to launch this product. So, and I want, this is my KPI, I want so much of sales, X number of sales, I want X number of views, I want X number of probably vanity likes and all these things on Facebook or Instagram, all the social media platforms. So this is your KPI and you do it. And how are you going to do it? So the first thing is you need to have that management skills. Obviously, you won't be able to do it yourself. So you need to manage it properly. And project management is an important skills to have. An organization, in an organization, you need to manage your team. You need to know who does what, when, and how. All right, so that people take responsibility, people take accountability on the job that they are doing. All right, so this is also a skills that you need to have: organizational and project management skills. Then UX skills. UX is user experience. All right, so imagine yourself as a user and you develop your campaign based on users experience. You don't do something that's convenient for you. That's wrong. That's a very wrong approach. You have to start with a proper user experience so that you understand the proper journey your customer is going through. So that's the first thing. You need to understand your customer's experience. CX is customer experience, all right? You need to map out the customer experience, the customer's journey. Then you develop your user experience based on your customer experience. So is this a skill that you can just think and come up with? Definitely no. You have to attend proper courses to come up with this. All right. And then advanced social media knowledge. Definitely important. Social media is part of our life. You cannot run away from social media. No companies can run away from social media. If you don't have a presence on social media as a company, if you don't have a presence on social media, it's as good as you don't exist at all right. So advanced knowledge, I'm not just saying simple knowledge. You have to have advanced knowledge, how to run proper ads, how to target the right customer, what kind of content works where do you need to place these ads. All right, do you need to place it in a newsfeed, do you need to place it in stories, or do you need to place it in their messenger, right? So you need to know, you have to have advanced knowledge on social media. It's not about just creating a post and posting it on social media platform. It's not that. That's maybe the first part, but there's so many other things that you need to do after that. All right. And marketing automation. See, every process in a company, every process can be automated. So you need to learn this also. So where do you automate? Automation reduces costs, reduces human error, and it's super duper efficient, effective. And when you have all this, your profit is also going to increase. All right. So marketing automation is also another big, huge thing that you need to learn. All right. So these are the skills that you need. So I'm not here to scare you off or what. I'm just telling because I'm in the industry, right, guys? I'm in the industry. So I know what the industry's expectation is. All right. So I'm here to just let you guys know these are what the industry needs. Okay. And if you are already still excited or interested in this, I'll let you know how to get started also. And getting started is pretty easy. We don't jump into just because we are excited, right? Excitement is just to give you the push. Second thing is get the right education. You need to have the right education. You need to have the right knowledge. And at this point of time, knowledge is an abundance. You can get knowledge everywhere. Choose the right platform. All right, you're in university, you are exposed to so many things. You can learn so many things. There's a lot of free platforms available also. You see, because during pandemic, a lot of people lost business, lost income, lost jobs, and companies, big companies, also kind of like had, I would say, a very bad drop in sales. So they have to shut down the company and stuff like that. So that is when businesses start looking on digital side. MDEC, MDEC has been trying to get all small and SMEs to come on board to actually digitalize their business for so many years. But uh, the real results came for MDEC. So their effort actually gave some fruits when pandemic happened. So do we need to wait for another pandemic to to really kick ourselves to go in the right direction? I'm sure definitely not. You guys are smart, all right? Get the right education. So like platforms like MDEC, you have a lot. LinkedIn Learning, there's a lot of platforms. In fact, if you just go to Google and just search for free digital marketing programs. HRD Corp is having a lot, right? So you can learn. That's abundance. There's no way you say I don't know where to learn. You guys, the young generation, the new generation, you know where to find this information, right? Get the right education, then get strategic and gain experience. What do I mean by strategic? You need to know what you want to be. It's good to learn along everything. Just go and learn everything, and then you will find where you are interested in. So strategize. What do you want from 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from? Where do you see yourself? That's your progression. And if you want to achieve in something in 5 years, you need to start from now, right? So get strategic and gain the experience. It's okay to work in any firm or any companies, just to gain the experience. Do internship. It's fine. You can do it all but while you're still even studying, right? So get strategic and get the experience. That's the second stage. And finally, you need to, you see, the digital marketing is not about theoretical knowledge, it's 100% experimental knowledge. All right. What you learn, like for example, when I teach my students, they think like so easy. After like 3 4 days, or when they start doing the job, I'll get a message, hi Miss K, I really don't know how you taught me how to do this Facebook ads, but I just cannot find the same features like what you showed me. All right. Why? Because theory is different. When you are doing it, the experiment that you are doing it, the practical that you are doing it, that's going to give you the knowledge, right? That's going to give you the knowledge. So in this sense, help out the moment you learn about something, help out small businesses where they have like small budget. All right. So you don't burn too much of their money on your study expense, right? So help them out, and then you will learn you will learn and progress along the way. All right. So that is something that I wanted to share with you guys. All right. So I really, really hope that you guys gain some knowledge about digital marketing. And then it is really an exciting. I keep telling you the same thing. It's really an exciting industry to be in. Why? Because it's ever changing. You won't get bored. Definitely no. There's so many things that's happening, right? So you don't have time to get bored. So all you need to do is keep learning. Like I think it's Jobs Steve when he said, always be hungry, learn, 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 right? So that's all for my presentation today, and thank you very much for listening. And yeah, I think we are a bit ahead of time because we started early, right? So thank you very much, guys. So I'll pass it back to our MC. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the talk, Miss Gayatri. Remember, audience, there is plenty more to come. Don't forget the mini activities right after this at 11:15 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, now we'll be having a Q&A session. For any of you want to ask any question, feel free to type in your question and ask in the chat box. I will now open the floor for questions. Miss Gayatri, now we'll have the questions from YouTube Live chat box. Question 1. Hello Miss Gayatri, aside from social media, can you give a few tools you find useful in the digital marketing?
Okay, tools, there's a lot of tools, guys, even on social media itself, right? What I can say, you see, when we are running ads, for example, we need tools like analytic tools, right? So we need tools to design. If you're not a designer, no worries. You have tools to design. You have tools like Canva to design. So that's like everyone can fly Asia. This one, everyone can design with using Canva. Or you also have video editing tool. We have Figma. We have so many other tools like that. So specifically, what tools are you looking for? Is it for content creation? You even have tools that can actually write captions for you. But I won't suggest that because it doesn't look like it's coming from you. You can see it's an AI thingy doing the work. All right. So that's the tools that you can have on content writing. You have tools on designing. You have tools on editing your design, right? Just the tools for editing your design like Lightroom, Adobe's Lightroom. And then you also have video designing tools. There's so many tools. And when it comes to analytics, this is what's very exciting, because what this social media gives you is a tools that I mean, social media's analytics is good enough, but on the industry level we want to go deeper, we want to do more detailed analytics. So this is where you use tools like I use Simply Measured, Quintly, previously known as Quintly, Simply Measured, and you have what do you call that, Buffer. These are all tools that it's paid tools. Unfortunately, you don't get it for free. So these are all paid tools to do analytics, all right? So if you can be a little bit more specific, which area or what kind of tools that you need, because tools are to help us to make our life a little bit easier, right? So what kind of tools are you asking? So that's the thing. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Kachi, for sharing about the few tools. Okay, we will have our second question. As experienced people in the working field, does a good CGPA or pointer really matters?
Okay, I'll tell you from my own experience, right? When I conduct interviews, when I tell that I'm hiring for certain position, I'll get tons of emails coming to me and stuff, right? And really good students and stuff. But unfortunately, when they start speaking, or okay, don't even go into the interview part. In the pre-selection, before I even invite them for interview, the email ethic, horrible. Seriously, guys, I have to tell this, you don't really have a proper email ethic to, I mean, I'm not telling you, they don't really have a proper email ethic. The first thing that email, that this is a real thing, right? I got an email saying, I saw your advertisement somewhere, you're looking for a content writer. I am good in writing in English, but first I want to know how much you're going to offer. And then set of her resume. And very good student, one of the top private universities in Malaysia, and very good student with a really high CGPA and all that, right? So but do you think because she has high CGPA I'm going to even give her the first chance? No. That's one. Second thing, I already give them appointment to come for an interview, and you don't turn up. And if you, even if you don't turn up, at least have the courtesy of informing us that you won't be able to. My HR people will be calling. We do the calling ourselves. My HR girls will be calling, and then they tell me, Miss K, we not able to get this person. I say, just drop it. It's okay. All right. So these are the things that's happening ever so many years. So at one point of a time, I came to a conclusion, all right, even though that person has very high CGPA, that is the second thing that I'm going to look at. The first thing is, what is your attitude? The attitude matters the most. All right, attitude matters the most. The second thing, if you don't have the skills, I can help you to build the skills. But if you don't have the attitude to learn, I'm not going to I'm not be I won't be able to help you, right? So to answer the question, is CGPA important? To a certain extent, yes, so that I know that you have brains to do work. But if you only relying on your CGPA and not on your attitude, then no, you're not going to survive in the corporate world, definitely. All right, I have to be very blunt here, but this is happening, so I have to tell you. All right, so don't only focus on your CGPA, build your skills, other critical skills that I tell you, like communication, email ethics. Simple, guys, that's something that you need to know. Resume writing, interview skills. So all these things are important for you to have as well. Okay, I hope I answered that question.
Thank you, Ms. Kachi. Moving on to the next question. Hello, Ms. Kachi. What are some common social media marketing mistakes businesses make?
Okay, I tell you from my my own experience, right? So when I started doing digital ads and social media marketing for my clients, it's very much on experience, all right? So we started with experience. Yes, I had some knowledge because prior to that I worked in marketing agencies and marketing department and all, but mistakes do happen. One of the clearer mistake is when you don't understand your customer. That is the first number one mistake that still happening. When you don't understand your customer and you start advertising your product, right? So you won't get results. You will end up burning a lot of your money. That's the first mistake. You don't understand your customer. All right. Because you see, digital marketing, social media marketing is about knowing the right target audience. Only then, when you create a marketing message that will talk to the right audience. Simple. Like if I'm going to market a vegan product, all right, I cannot target everyone in Malaysia for my vegan product. First targeting, first concentrated targeting or strategical targeting will be based on people who are vegans, who are leading a vegan lifestyle, vegetarians, plant lovers, uh, maybe animal lovers, so that's why they don't eat animals, right? So I need to identify, so segmentize. So if you guys are marketing, if you learn this, there's this process called STP: segmentize, target, and positioning. So when this process doesn't work, you just jump into creating a vegan burger, for example, and start blasting it to the whole of Malaysia. That's a mistake. So you need to take like few steps back, strategize, segmentize, put the proper people in the targeting option, and then target based on them, position them in the right platform, and then you target. If you're targeting, for example, people who are on the slightly older age group, like for example 40s and above, all right, and then these guys have purchasing power, you should know that this group of people are very much on Facebook, YouTube, right? And you can target also Google. You cannot be targeting them on TikTok. TikTok is the range, the age group for TikTok is 18 to 34, so much younger than that. So and the younger crowd, younger than TikTok, in TikTok, they don't have that money to spend. They don't have chasing power. So we won't be able to sell to them. It's very much to create awareness, yes, but not to sell to them. Then you have to go here. So if you wrongly choose your customer, that's like the first mistake ever. Second mistake, I can go on actually, so I'll just stop at second mistake, right? Second mistake is once you already get the data, right? You don't interpret the data properly. So, for example, you run one round of ads, and then you know that perhaps the cost per one ads per lead, cost per lead we call that. If I'm running a lead generation ads, the cost per lead is 10 ringgit. To acquire one lead, I have to pay 10 ringgit. All right. But you need to know, is 10 ringgit too high or 10 ringgit too low? How do you know? You need to based on the previous data, so that you analyze. So, okay, you see a portion, you see a place where I can bring down the cost. Then you need to analyze that and do it. If you don't do it and you keep on doing the same thing, your cost might just keep increasing. All right. Second problem is when you don't analyze, you don't do the proper analytics to for your future campaigns. All right. So these are very common that I see in the market happening, right? So hope I answered your question.
Yes, thank you, Miss Gayatri. Now we have the fourth question. What are the biggest challenges your company faces and how do you solve them?
Okay, the biggest problem that, I mean, God, thank God that ever since we are in operation, we didn't really have so much of problem. But what happened during the pandemic is companies, a lot of companies. You see, I have companies from, like you guys see in the slide earlier, right? I have education companies, private schools, and private universities as part of our clients. And when pandemic happened, we had to close. They had to close the school, shut down, and all that. And they were also at the verge of, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. The first government said it's going to be 2 weeks of lockdown, then increase another 2 weeks. So they were like so. Um, they don't know what to do. So at that point of a time, they had to stop advertising. When they stop advertising, it also directly affect us, right? So that was one of the first challenge that we had. But even though at that point that didn't help me so much to sustain my company, I mean, we sustained anyway because I quickly evolved. I quickly evolved. I started doing a lot of trainings because I know at that point of time companies need to be on digital. So I start venturing into a lot of trainings. I start training companies like Takaful Ikhlas, Times Square Malaysia. All right. So all these people came, and then we start training them and stuff like that. So that actually brought a bit of a cash flow back to the company, and then slowly it progressed. So that's one challenge. That is on the company's challenge, right? But let's say in the industry, this is another challenge that we also face. When you are dealing with a client, you need to set that expectation right. You see, people think that digital marketing is magic. The moment I post something on social media, I advertise, then sales must happen immediately. All right. We don't do that on billboard, right? We don't go and scold the billboard. Hey, I already posted something on your billboard. Why are you not giving me any results? We don't do that, right? The same thing. Digital marketing is a platform, a tool for us to advertise. And it's not just as simple as posting a post and wait for the sales to happen within the next 2 days. So this is something that I learned across my journey to educate my clients as well. I need to teach them what is this platform about and how it actually works. Why it's not magic? You need to put a lot of effort. You need to work on that, right? So that is another challenge as a social media agency, where you need to set that expectation right with the clients. All right, and it's an education process, I suppose. As a business owner, as a digital marketing person myself, I have that role to play. I need to educate my audience. I need to educate my clients as well. All right. So these are some of the challenges, I would say. Not so critical. Yeah. Of course, other things like, managing your team, getting the right results and all that, that's an experiment. That's why it's more exciting. Right. So, yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Karachi. Okay, our next question from the audience is, I would like to ask whether the certificate of digital marketing is more important than the experience in this field.
I won't say that. I won't say that. I won't say your certificate is very important. Your experience is more important. What is the point of you attending courses after courses when you never even did your first campaign on the easiest one, a Facebook ads campaign? When you never even explore Facebook Meta Ads Manager, or you don't even know what is Meta Business Manager, all right? But you have tons of certificate in digital marketing. A certificate shows that you have the knowledge on a theoretical side. But the important thing is when you go into an organization, your practical knowledge, your experience is more important. Okay, let's just take me for an example, right, guys? I never really had any background in marketing at all. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm a food technology student. Never had any marketing experience. But all that I'm able to build a company, two companies, that is based on digital marketing, solely based on my industry experience. Now I'm also teaching students. There's a few programs that's running under Bytez Asia College and few other universities, private universities, that I'm teaching students on how to run a digital marketing, to have digital marketing certification. I do certification courses for them also without any certificate myself. Can you imagine that? All right. So it's experience is more important. All right. But having said that, at one point of a time, you need to have the paper qualifications as well. Because why? When you go for a course like this, your attitude there is also important. Are you going there to really acquire the knowledge, or you just want to keep tamba your certificate? All right, so that is the difference. If you really want to acquire the knowledge, do it and practice, because when you acquire the knowledge will go into waste if you don't practice. All right. So yes, experience, if you ask me, experience is more important from certificate that you acquire. The certificates that you have shows that you have this kind of knowledge, but did you practice it on? Yeah, that's about it.
Alright, thank you, Ms. Karachi. Moving on to the next question. Do we need to be a social media influencer to be a digital marketing expert?
Not really, my dear, not really. You see, you need to work with influencers. You need to know them, all right? Because you need to have your presence as well, right? Like I work with a lot of influencers because why? My clients needs influencer marketing. Am I an influencer myself? Definitely no. I have my private life. I like to keep it private, right? So you don't have to be an influencer, because once you're an influencer, that is already a job by itself. All right, You need to you're building yourself as an influencer. This is when you will see companies coming. They try to offer you something so that you will be able to promote their product to your market, to people who are following you, right? But not really. You don't need to be an influencer to be a social media marketing person, but you need to work with influencers, so you need to know how to manage them also, right? Okay, another thing about that, right? Probably the second question, if I'm not an influencer, how people will know that I'm a social media marketing person? So this is where your personal branding comes in place. So like I mentioned earlier, if you are not on LinkedIn, please quickly go and open an account on LinkedIn. Why? Because LinkedIn is the platform for personal branding. Doesn't matter where you are right now, student, working, employee, business owner, trainer, whatever you are doing, you need to have a presence on social media. LinkedIn will give you that, a presence, just a presence, a strong presence. Not that's a different thing. You're not an influencer, but you just have strong presence on social media. Just for example, Google search your name, what comes out? All right, so that shows how strong is your presence. All right.
Thank you, Miss Gayatri. Moving on to the next question. Could you please give us some of the best way to market ourselves in the job market?
I think I just did, right? So start with a good social media presence on LinkedIn, guys. That is like if you're on Facebook, Facebook is definitely not for you guys. I think if you're young crowds, right, not for you guys. Instagram is very much for your personal, right? TikTok is also very much for your personal. But if you want to tap into employers to look at you, because on LinkedIn you have CEOs, you have company HR managers, you have all these corporate C-suite personnels on a LinkedIn who will be you will be able to communicate with them directly. All right. So I do a lot of trainings on LinkedIn marketing, in fact, for students also. I really want them to have strong presence so that people know, like even if you're an employee, it's okay because companies nowadays they are promoting employee advocacy. So how do you promote? That means you are showing that you are a good asset for your company. How do you do that? By showing your case on LinkedIn as well. It doesn't happen so much on other platform, but it happens on LinkedIn. So that's why I keep on repeating this. Have a strong presence on LinkedIn. All right.
Alright, thank you, Miss Gayatri. Now we will have our last question from the audience. Marketing seems like most of us need to do when we are promoting a project. Do we need a mentor or consultant to explore more and market our project more?
Yes. Answer to that is yes. Because if you already have that experience, whoever asked this question, right? If you already have that experience of marketing, then you don't really need to have a mentor or a consultant. But if you, the easy thing on to know how you have the experience, try promoting it for 1 or 2 months. Have an objective, have a KPI, and try promoting whatever product that you have. It can be product, can be services, or anything. And by end of that 2 months, if you're not able to see the results that you want, or you're not able to get the desired result, and you don't know what went wrong, there's two things. If you already know that result is wrong, it's not the good one that you want, but you know what went wrong, then you can redo it. But if you don't get the results and you have no idea what went wrong, so this is where you will know that you don't really have that experience. And then you may always seek a consultant or a mentor to help you out, because a mentor's job or a consultant's job is to guide you through. All right, if you just give it to someone, agency to handle, you're not learning. They are doing the job for you. But if your objective is you also want to learn, get a mentor, get a consultant to guide you through this. Even big companies have consultant, external consultants, right? So it's okay to have consultants and stuff. Okay, you guys have really a lot of good questions. I'm really happy to answer all these questions. Seriously. Yeah, I hope I answered that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Gayatri. I think that's all for the Q&A session today. Sadly, we can only spare 10 minutes time for the Q&A session. However, if you have any question you need to ask and regarding digital marketing, you can email Miss Gayatri or contact her through her LinkedIn account, and she will get back to you soon. You can find her email and LinkedIn drop right at the chat box. Thank you so much to Miss Gayatri for the sharing and important tips delivered during the workshop. Right, I think we have come to the end of our talk where we have shared plenty of knowledge and digital marketing and how important it is in our world right now. Now, let's move on to the photography session. Kindly turn on your camera and smile for the picture.
End for this session. So I hope everyone can turn on your camera for the photography session. I will give you all time to prepare and everything.
Let's wait a bit for more people to turn on their camera.
Okay, I think everyone has turned on their camera. So for the first picture on count of three, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, and for the second picture. On count of three, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and lastly for our third and the final picture. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all for the photography session. Thank you for all your support and commitment.
Thank you everyone for your participation in the photo session. Don't forget to fill in the attendance form to receive your certificates. You'll be given a few minutes time to do so. Before you leave Miss Gayatri, I just want to thank you once again for your dedication towards the sustainability scene in Malaysia. Thank you so much, and now a hall member will escort you to the main hall. Dear audience, please remember to fill out the feedback form in the chat box to get your certificate issued by the higher officer. You can fill in your attendance form using the link we have provided. ringgit. The third place will get 50 ringgit and the fourth and fifth place will bring home 30 ringgit. Tempting prizes, right? Quickly sign up using the QR code or the link in the Google form as there are limited places. In the Google form, you'll find the link to the game at the end. You can choose from either our version of Hunt and Match in the Room 1 or Match the Memory in the Room 2. I promise it will be really fun. You have seen the rewards, right? You'll stand a chance to win up to 100 ringgit. Quickly guys, let's sign up for the fun mini activities. If you have signed up and you're made your way to this lobby, you can leave through the door on the top right. Once you reach at the second room, you can follow the red carpet and look at the number. For today's session, it will be room 1 and room 7. Don't worry about getting lost as there are people to guide you. They will have the name usher in their name. Come on guys, quickly sign up using the form. Feel free to ask us if you have any questions. Hurry up guys, you may sign up using the QR code in the slide or you can find the link to the mini game in the chat box. Do remember to fill out your feedback form or the attendance form in the chat box too, or else you won't get your certificates. Do come join us at the Gather Form Town to enjoy the mini activities together. Just scan the QR code on the slide. If you face any problem after leading your way to the Gather Town Hall, you can reach out on us by letting us know in the chat box. Hurry up guys, tempting prizes waiting for you. And you might win up to 100 ringgit if you get the first place. Just sign up using the QR code in the slide or the link in the chat box. Hurry up guys, there's only 20 pesos available. If you miss it, there are very few places left. Grab yours now. You will be the winner of the prize we have. You'll never know if you didn't try, isn't it? Come on guys, let's join the fun activities together. For today's session, it will be room 1 and room 7. If you face any problem when you reach the Gather Town lobby, you may contact us through the chat box. We will be closing the form really soon, so come on and fill out the form now. After filling in the Google form, you will find the link to the Gather Town room. Do join us at the Gather Town lobby. We'll be closing the form really soon, so hurry up and join us now. Come on guys, we'll be closing the mini game activity form really soon. We'll wait for a few more minutes. If you face any problem, just let us know in the chat box. For today's activity, you will be hunt and match in room 1 or match the memory in room 7. I promise it will be really fun. You might even stand a chance to win up to 1,000 ringgit. If you are signed out and you have made your way to this lobby, you can leave through the door at the top right. Once you reach at the second room, Just follow the red carpet and look at the number of the room. Today's activity is in room 1 or room 7. Alright guys, if you found the talk informative and engaging as I did, I'm sure you are craving for more, right? After a lunch break at 2:30 p.m., we'll be having Management in STEM by KPMG Malaysia. Want a sneak peek of what will be happening? Alright, I'll spill the tea. KPMG Malaysia provide professional services in audit, tax, and advisory across various range of business, government, and not-profit sector. We have organized more company slots with reputable companies over the course of these 2 weekends, with many more mini activities to follow. With many more mini activities, you know what that means, right? Well, prizes, of course. Our first talk has come to an end. I hope everyone here has been empowered to be catalysts of the changes in sustainability. There's more to come, so keep an eye on our event through Virtual Science Fair Instagram page. Please remember to fill out the feedback form in the chat box so that we can improve our future activities for you. You may fill it in using the link that we have provided previously. With that, until we meet again, I'm Lian and thank you. Have a good day.